Hello and welcome. We have another interview from Titan Conqueror. This time we have a couple members of DOV Monarch. I am Prophet of Tears and I will be conducting the interview. The team, just to list out the players, make sure that we shout out everyone from it. We have Thigh High Demise in the top lane, Tien in the jungle, Fiorina de Fontaine in the mid lane, Arc Z Knight in the AD carry role, and Vladrin 1 in support. And as a sub, there's Oreo the Pup. Today we have the jungler, Tien, and the AD carry. Do you guys want to quickly introduce yourselves?
Sure. My name is Tian. I role name Tian as well. I'm the jungler for DOV. Nice to meet you all. Yes.
And I'm Marks. I'm the ADC, and I'm here for a good time.
Fantastic. I think everyone here is. Now, I want to ask you guys. You guys are mostly unknown to me, so I'm kind of curious. What are your expectations for the split?
Well, you go first.
Oh, I was gonna say the expectation really is to gel as well as we can. We want to win, like that's the goal. Let's go for everyone really. You know you want to win, but I want to see us make the biggest improvements. That's kind of my goal from our week 1 game to the end. I want to show that we're the most improved team.
I think it's pretty much a little bit of the same. My split, I was expecting to probably win the entire thing, but I mean, we're gonna get there probably eventually, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that going in with that kind of looking for that growth is always going to be beneficial. Now, I'm not going to mince words here. I kind of put you guys a little low in my initial rankings. So I want to hear where you guys think you should kind of be placed. Are you more middle of the pack? Do you guys think you're going to end up being a bit higher? What do you think of the initial kind of my thought on it and where you think you should be placed?
Oh, I want to say before yesterday, everyone has high ego. Everyone wants to be top. But after we went, I kind of I like seeing what we did wrong, and we had a pretty we didn't play as well as we wanted to. We had a really good game 2, but not a good game 1 and 3. Did not play the way we wanted. But as of right now, I think we can be high. I think we showed it in that series yesterday. We could play at a really high level for Emerald, but at the same time, we're making a lot of easy mistakes. So if we can fix this up, I think we can be a top team. But as of right now, I think we're kind of middle of the pack.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. All right, so Tien, do you have thoughts on that?
Well, I'm a way more older person. I'm a really high critic over my team and my players and myself. So currently, if I were to rate our performance, I would say we're middle of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Probably on our best day, we're able to beat any team, but we have to start being more consistent if we want to actually win this entirely.
Yeah, I mean, consistency is definitely key. I think that's a great thing to point out. All right, so you guys were talking about how you played on Wednesday. I kind of want to hear, what were your thoughts on your opponents?
Hey, bro, dude, this group, I have I only know 2 players out of this entire group.
Oh, yeah.
Every game is a black cloud until game 1 ends, and I'm like, oh, okay, I just kind of see what they are.
Yeah. I want to hear specifically the opponents you played on Wednesday. What were your thoughts after that match?
Just beating how nice I want to be. I think.
Whoa, we go.
I think we were pretty evenly matched. I think we could have won both the first and third game, but we made some really dumb mistakes. I made some really dumb, stupid stuff that we shouldn't have been doing. But at the same time, like they also made mistakes. So like I would say we were pretty even for our week 1 match. Uh, their support was pretty good. I'll give them that. Like I'm the ADC, you know, I had to play against their bot lane most of the game. I'd say their support was pretty good. Jungler has a nice little Rek'Sai pick he has going on that he's been spamming.
Nice. And Tien, did you have any thoughts on them?
Oh, since I think they have some really interesting decision making sometimes. I think don't mind me. Like I think they're pretty good at the game for the level that we're playing right now. The jungler has a really strong Rek'Sai. From what I saw, caught me off guard. I think I didn't get to see much of their top laner until like game 3, so I don't really have an opinion about them. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Their
I
their
get it.
bot
I know
lane-
Top Lane Island.
Yeah, we never visit that place. I'm sorry.
We try to give our top laner a colleague game 3. Show that he is thigh high demise. Did not go as planned.
Goodness gracious.
Hey, those games happen.
Yeah, I think overall they're a pretty good team. I think where like people is probably downlooking on them if they're rating them lower. But I think on a good day they're actually pretty good. So that would be my overall over their team.
Fantastic. And I know that you at least Arc. Do you want me to call you Arc? Is that fine? Arc Knight? What's you prefer? What's your preference?
Just say arcs.
Arcs, got it. I know you've already said you don't really know many players from the group, but I'm kind of curious. Group A, the one that you're in, is kind of considered the group of life, right?
Yeah, I think honestly, I think there's like one team that I looked at and I'm like, okay, they're probably going to win the group. You know, they're pretty high up, like off paper, but like I think it. I think every team. I think actually it will come down to the last week. I personally think Group A comes down to the last week by far.
Yeah,
Like,
I can see it.
like I could see literally the top. I could see the top spot being done for, and literally see 2 through 8 just be a freaking coin flip in the last week or 2.
I hope you're right. That sounds like it'd be fun.
What's the question?
I was just curious about your thoughts on the group you're in. If you don't, I understand if you don't know the players, but maybe about the fact that it's kind of considered the group of life so far, or at least going into the season.
Well, if everyone considers this the group of life, I think we have a pretty good chance of actually getting out of the group. I don't know any, or like probably, yeah, I would say any of the players. But judging from our first week, I would say we have a pretty good chance at making it to playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if you guys keep improving, which it seems to be that's your goal. I could definitely see that. I think that going in at least, I saw that one team that I was like, yeah, that's probably going to win the group too. And then 2 through 8, technically kind of a toss-up. So you guys keep improving, and you guys can definitely make it out. All right, so I'm curious, what does your comp experience look like? Have you played in other leagues? How long? Things like that.
So I've only been playing League since I'll say 2021. I had started in IBS with like VGG, what was Runeterra before it got merged with Aegis, and I did pretty well. I won, I think, a little IBS chip. And then, well, actually 2 of them. But since then, I never played Gold, and then because I never actually like stayed in gold. I went from straight gold. I went from silver to plat when I ranked out. So I never actually played in the gold league. When it comes to plat leagues, I never actually. I think I started for one roster, and we missed playoffs. And I think that was for Titan. But since then, I've kind of just like played on one other Emerald roster for Risen, and we missed playoffs by a tiebreaker. And I've kind of just been subbing around. So very excited to start this split for sure.
That's great. TM?
From my part, it's been probably 1 year of competitive experience. Where my first split, I think I went 0-8. We didn't win a single game, which was really unfortunate.
It happens.
The two splits after that, we made consistently playoffs, and we could have actually won our last split. I think it was on BOL. I was playing on Eclipsing Tides. And, I mean, it was a pretty good run overall. There was drama at the end, which no one likes, right? But, I mean, we do what we can do, and we work with what we got, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And then you try to build off of it in the future, which I'm sure you're looking to do here.
Yes.
All right, so out of curiosity, how often do you guys practice?
The goal is 2 days a week, in addition to the game day. We've had it the last couple week and a half. We haven't really practiced much. We had issues with we wanted our starting support to get his games in because he needed like 50 games before the season, which he, believe it or not, actually got. So he'll be back next week. But I think we're ready to practice 2 days a week. I think now that he got his game in, we'll be doing that. We had an issue with a mid laner not coming in, so we had to bring back a mid laner that wanted some time off, but he's playing. So we got our team together. We're going to be practicing 2 days a week. Have some fun.
Nice.
Is it practice, like individual practice, or is it like team practice?
Team practice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that kind of answers that question. So, how you guys have at least played on quite a few teams between the two of you. So, how does the team dynamic feel compared to some of those other rosters that you've been on?
I feel like this team is kind of like open to whatever wants to work. I've had a roster where, most of the rosters I've ever played on, I've really played like very weak baby side ADC. I played hyperscaling for the team. They wanted to have a winning top side, so they would play towards that, and I play weak side ADC. This team is kind of like a mix. Like, we can do either or, so it's been pretty nice. But I played on my other roster for Risen. Like, there was a bunch of people who didn't really know how to play, and I was kind of like fitting in to help them out. And it's been like a little growing experience. So there's that.
Oh yeah, that's great. I think that gives a lot of insight to me, at least.
From my side, I think it's been an interesting change because the roster that I used to play before I came here was me and probably like 4 rookies, but these rookies were really, really good. Like, they had really good heads. And like the first time that I saw them, like, I was really surprised on how good they played. I was like, wait, I don't have much to teach these guys other than how to communicate, right? And we can go to heights that we would never, I would never expect someone new to competitive. And the change right here is that we probably need to learn as well those things plus a couple of more things, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like this communication. But it's going to be a really good process. I think everyone has potential to actually be the best players on their roles if they actually put the efforts in.
Absolutely. I think that a lot of people may not know them right now, but a lot of times it just comes down to how much effort are you going to put in, how much time, how much are you looking to improve, and if you do it right, you can definitely end up being one of those top players in your role. And that goes for not just your team, but any team. But it sounds like your team has a really good focus on making sure to always look to improve. At least that's what it sounds like.
Yes, sir.
All right, so go ahead.
Oh, sorry. We were always looking to do any sort of improvement, and I think my players will do great in the future.
Awesome. I love to hear that. So I'm curious, have you guys started to look ahead to your next opponents? TMG Bozos?
Is that who we play next?
Is that...
it's
I hope so.
okay.
So my schedule has been I'll look starting like the weekend. Like my work days are kind of like off. Like so, we played Wednesday. Right now in the Friday, like halfway through the day, Friday's kind of like my free time, and then I'm busy Friday night till like Sunday night. So it's hard to look at it. I don't really care who we play. Like I'm not like scared of anybody, and there's not like any games I'm looking forward to. So like I'll probably look at it Monday, get it like an idea, get just everyone together. We all start chatting about it. But we're probably going to talk about it right after our next stream, most likely.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is, for the record, anyone listening, this is an earlier interview that I'm conducting. It's, Thursday? So you have plenty of time before your next match. But I was curious to see if you had started looking or if you had any thoughts on them.
On who?
That is TMG Bozos.
Wait, who?
True-minded gaming bozos.
Who?
Hey, exactly.
Exactly.
I was a little bit slow there. I understand. All right, so it seems like you guys are gonna have a fun time.
We'll figure out who they are once.
And I think they're really good. I think they're really good. Like I've heard like that they have really strong players, so I'm looking up to it.
Yeah, they won their first match 2-0 against the Bing Chillers Mikey's Minions. So beating them will definitely kind of, I would say, like really start having people think about, okay, so you might be already more middle of the pack in the group and with that potential to be a bit higher.
Yeah.
So that would be a really nice kind of boost for you guys, both in terms of the standings and just how people are going to see you. Out of curiosity, do you guys have any teams that you think are like already favorites? Like maybe these are currently the top teams, at least potentially. All the teams have the talent and the players to improve and get there, but are there any that you think are already like, oh, that's a pretty strong roster already?
I think if I go by group, the team that I actually looked at for Group A was Faceless. That's the one I looked at, and I was like, I think they might take the top spot. Just by paper, like looking at paper and looking at just ranks straight down the line. You see a Diamond 3 cap player, you see a bunch of Diamond 4s, you're like, yeah, that's probably the best team in the group.
Fair.
Group B, I'm a side with XG. I can't hate XG.
Oh, you think they're going to make a run back, huh?
I think they can make a run back. I'm a fan of McFeed's. I like Watercat. Watercat should start. He's a goat. I don't know why he's subbing.
It's probably because he doesn't have time to play.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
He doesn't.
Because you're right. Watercat can start on pretty much any Emerald team, and it's an upgrade.
Yeah. Group C. I'm kind of like hovering. I think Elysium was the one that I looked at, and I was like, yeah, they're pretty good.
Strong team.
Yeah, that's the team with Dilly, I think, in them. The other one I think was MZRY, but that's because I don't think I knew them very well, and I was like, they might be pretty good.
Yeah, I heard they had a not so great last split and a bad start here, so shouts out to them. I hope you guys can can turn it around week 2.
Wait a Swag Boy? No. I thought Swag Boy was someone else. I was like, is that someone I know? And I was like, no, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of names are the same, especially now that they changed it where you can literally have the same name, right?
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. All right. I think that I've had a lot of new things to know about your team that I didn't before personally, and I think that a lot of other people are kind of feel the same. But I want to see, do you guys have anything you want to say? Any questions that you think I could have asked to give us a better idea of your team or you individually, anything like that? Anything you want to say? This is your chance. Go ahead and say it.
Oh, do it first, Sarks.
I would just say, don't underestimate us. I think we can beat every team in this league. I mean, we're all Emerald for a reason. All the Diamond players that are in this league are playing in this Emerald League because they don't want to play in Diamond because they're going to get smacked. So, to be fair, everyone's here is beatable. Everyone makes very similar mistakes. So I wouldn't say, there's a clear-cut winner to the league. I think we can beat anyone. I think we can probably show that we can improve the most as well. So I'm just saying that we'll see y'all in playoffs.
Love to hear it. TM?
Will we see them in playoffs?
Well, maybe half of them, right?
Probably. Well, I think it should be good contenders to playoffs. In terms of me trying to say something to the other teams, I think don't underestimate us. You guys live in my world, and I'm here to stay. That should be it.
I love to hear the confidence. Maybe you guys lost the first week. Not a big deal. It's not about how you finish. It's about how you... it is about how you finish. It's definitely not about how you start.
No, I think part of our issues with the week 1, we definitely tried something we don't usually do in scrims, and learned pretty quickly it does not work well with how our team wants to play. So we kind of figured out our team identity a little bit from the first games.
Hey, and that's a big thing in Emerald, right? Like having that team identity separates the good teams from the great teams, in my mind. So that's great to hear. I'm excited to see how you guys are going to do this split. With that said, thank you both for coming out. This has been great. I think that everyone's going to have a better idea about DOV Monarch and just the sheer competitiveness and the confidence that you guys are going to bring. And I think everyone's going to know to keep an eye out for your improvement throughout the split.
Shout out to the org owner for not letting us be DOV Oni fans.
Yeah, unfortunate scenario.
That sounds like a reverse shout out, but I'm down for it.
If everyone starts calling us it,
I don't think it was
yeah,
the
that's
era. It was the manager.
All right,
Team OnlyFans, guys.
All right, you heard it here. All right, you guys enjoy your nights. Thanks again for coming out. For everyone listening, thanks for coming in, listening to another one of these interviews, and I hope you enjoyed the content. All right, goodbye.